nutritionists can make a massive difference in the world. Understanding microbiology, biochemistry, cell biology. Understanding a person's health, how the body works, the importance, the power to prevent disease. Nutrition is a rapidly expanding area of science. New discoveries, changes, growth. The opportunity to work within food and science-based careers and industries. My name is Jake Young, and I study human nutrition at the University of Greenwich.
A few years ago, in an analysis of antioxidants per unit cost, I concluded that red cabbage, purple cabbage, was the most nutrition you could get for your money. Yes, there are healthier foods out there, but not healthier foods for the same amount of money. I encouraged everyone to always make sure they have a purple cabbage in their crisper to slice off shreds to put in whatever they could, last for weeks, cheap, convenient, and one of the healthiest things on the planet. All still absolutely true. My new calculations, though, suggest they just got one-upped by DIY broccoli sprouts. Do it yourself. Broccoli sprout seeds start out like this. You can buy them online or at your local health food store in bulk for about $20 a pound, but that makes about 75 cups of sprouts. So it comes out to be about 25 cents per cup. And as we saw before, in terms of sulforaphane content, that's equivalent to eating about 27 cups of broccoli. So that's like going to the store and buying broccoli for a penny a cup. Even purple cabbage has got to give it up for broccoli sprouts. Start out with a mason jar with some kind of screen top, a tablespoon of seeds, soak them overnight, drain in the morning, and then rinse twice daily. So day 2, day 3, day 4, and then you can enjoy the bounty. 1 tablespoon of seeds makes about 2 cups of sprouts. Since it takes 4 or 5 days, though, sometimes I'll have 5 jars in constant rotation. Can be in the middle of the winter, and I'm growing my own salad. Every day you get cups of fresh produce for pennies without ever having to go to the store.
In order to survive, the human organism needs to take in oxygen, water, and food. We can survive only about 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Because food is so important to our survival, it's been studied extensively, and since 1827, when a British physician by the name of William Prout first proposed that humans need 3 macronutrients to survive, physicians, scientists, and increasingly the general public have been trying to figure out exactly how much of each of these nutrients will optimize our health. But to some extent, the focus on nutrients rather than food has confused many people.
And we tend to get lost in this conversation about nutrients, good and bad. And it's understandable because scientists need to reduce things to a single variable to study them. And the variable in food would appear to be the nutrient. But we also have lots of studies that show that simply removing or boosting nutrients or turning them into supplements doesn't seem to work. That food is much more complicated. It's a system.
A basic understanding of the nutrients can give us a helpful background for our discussions about food. So we'll review the nutrients and how the body uses them. But most of this course will focus on discussions about food and health, because ultimately, people eat food, not nutrients. Dietary carbohydrates are combinations of sugar units that come in both simple and complex forms. Simple carbohydrates include the monosaccharides or single sugar units like glucose and fructose, as well as the disaccharides or two sugar units like sucrose or table sugar. Complex carbohydrates or polysaccharides include the dietary starches that our body can break down and digest, and also the indigestible polysaccharides that make up dietary fiber. During the process of digestion, carbohydrates are broken down and converted to glucose, which can then be metabolized by the body to produce usable energy in the form of ATP. If energy demands are low, glucose can be stored, and most of the time it's stored as adipose tissue. Dietary proteins are also broken down into their component parts, amino acids, during the process of digestion. And these amino acids can be used to build and repair lean tissues in the body and perform many other important functions. But amino acids can also be broken down and used for energy, and if they're consumed in excess, they can contribute to fat stores in the body as well. Dietary fats can also be broken down into smaller components and used for energy, or they can be stored as adipose tissue depending on our energy needs. Fats are the most energy-dense storage form, providing 9 calories of energy for every gram, and alcohol provides 7 calories per gram. In contrast, carbohydrates and proteins provide only 4 calories per gram. This is one of the reasons we've evolved to store excess nutrients as adipose tissue, and this brings us to the underlying physiologic cause of overweight and obesity. Any calories that aren't converted into usable energy in the form of ATP are stored in the body for later use. Most of the time, they're stored as adipose tissue. So disturbing the energy balance to favor energy expenditure over energy storage needs to be one of the priorities for people who are trying to lose excess weight. This can be achieved by consuming fewer calories, burning more calories through exercise, or a combination of both. But in addition, when long-term health is the end goal, the quality of our food matters just as much as the number of calories we consume. Within each category of macronutrient, we need to choose foods that will support our health rather than working against it.
Public health and nutrition. Until the middle of the 20th century, the major cause of death was infectious disease. With the progress of medicine, infectious diseases are now almost eradicated in developed countries. Longer lifespans and an aging population have seen the emergence of chronic and degenerative diseases such as diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and osteoporosis. Those diseases are linked to both genetic predisposition and environmental factors such as lifestyle and diet. Among the environmental factors, food plays an important role. Hence, from a public health point of view, ensuring an optimal food intake in quantity and quality contributes to the prevention of some of the most deadly and costly diseases. Scientific studies that evaluate the requirements of every type of population. Based on those studies, public health agencies publish recommendations in each population for every nutrient. Public health problems differ depending upon the countries and populations considered. If there is not enough food, diseases like marasmus develop. Conversely, if there is too much food, obesity develops. Implementing those recommendations is not straightforward. There are some critical times of life when it is important to ensure an optimal nutrition. For example, Perinatal nutrition has lifelong consequences on weight management and allergies. Also, the impact of most nutritional interventions is not immediate. Nutrition has to be considered through all of life, and early age nutrition can have a great effect on aging. As an example, a deficiency in calcium and vitamin D during childhood and adolescence leads to osteoporosis dozens of years later. Beyond the physiological aspect of the recommendations, which is to fulfill the bodily requirements, there is a behavioral question. Indeed, now that the requirements are well defined, the challenge for public health actors is to improve the eating behavior of the population. National communication programs promoting the consumption of fruits and vegetables or encouraging physical activity are a good example of public health actions to improve the behavior of a population.
A healthy gut is a happy gut, and a happy gut can lead to a healthier, happier life. That's why we created the USANA WholeBio Microbiome Nutrition Bar to promote a healthier gut ecosystem. It's good, clean food made from simple plant-based ingredients, all in a rich chocolatey bar you can grab on the go. USANA's exclusive prebiotic fiber blend nourishes digestive cells and keeps you feeling full, which helps support a healthy weight. Shelf-stable probiotics help balance gut microflora and support nutrient absorption. Natural ingredients like pea protein, almonds, sunflower butter, and coconut oil provide healthy fat and protein, while dates give the bar its light sweetness. The WholeBio bar is vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, high in fiber, non-GMO, and simply delicious. So treat yourself to a nutritious filling snack and a healthier, happier digestive system with the WholeBio Microbiome Nutrition Bar. Only from USANA.